Bestie, as you can tell, I did not go to the hairdressers. This barnet is due a cut. Hi guys, gals and non-binary pals, welcome to Budget with Ira. My name is Ira and on this channel we talk about budgeting, paying down debt and saving up for the life that you truly deserve. If that sounds like something you'd like to watch, please consider subscribing to the channel because we do have a lot of fun over here, Bestie. We really do. In today's video, we're going to be checking in for week 4 of September's budget. Because September's done, we're going to be closing out the budget. So that means we're looking at all of my cash spends and all of my digital spends, all of my bills, everything that came out and comparing that against my budget and making sure that I am on track. And in today's video, I didn't actually spend any of my self-care money for the whole month. Now, normally I've set aside £60 just so I can get a haircut, so I can treat myself. But to be honest, my spending money has been pretty much sufficient. And also I do feel quite treated because I've just had a holiday as well. So there's nothing really that I necessarily want, but I haven't spent any of the money. So I'm rolling the whole £60 into next month. So that's, I don't necessarily believe that I'm going to need to lower the amount of self-care that I need to give myself, because honestly, I should be getting a haircut every 2 weeks. It makes me feel good. I just really haven't found the time to be able to do that because I've moved studio, I've been on holiday, I've just been really busy. So because of that, I've kind of let myself go, and I will get back on top of it. But having an extra £60 going into next month does feel pretty good because I can sort of treat myself to something. It's usually pajamas, I'm not gonna lie. So there's quite a lot to get on in today's video. We're also going to be cash stuffing my seeking funds at the end of today's video, and it is a bit of a review as well. So Bestie, I think it's time that we get budgeting. Okay, Bestie, here we are with the September budget. We're on the calendar page and we're going to be closing out the budget because we've got the final week to do. So we're laying expense tracker tickets from the 24th all the way to the 30th. Let's get cracking. Starting with the Sunday, we had a no spend day, and that's becoming a bit of a thing for me. I'm quite enjoying that. I bought breakfast for myself on my first full week using my studio. That was £10.55, and that was like croissants, a Red Bull and a disposable vape. I know. The Sky bill also came out and it was £40 on the nose. So we planned £47.99, but the £7.99 came in last month. I was heavily influenced on the Tuesday night to buy a kebab using the household money. I wonder who influenced me. I mean, I know it was the wrong purpose of the household money, but we had everything that we needed and we wanted a kebab and we didn't want to go over budget for it. So it worked out. I also bought a big lunch for myself earlier that day. I think it was a Crunch Wrap Supreme, and that was £8.85. My ISA came out on the Wednesday as expected, and it was the £10 as expected. Jake went grocery shopping by himself on the Thursday, and I was really pleased to see that he wasn't too far away from budget. He did really well. And again, I had a very expensive budget breakfast. I mean, when you've got the money, why not treat yourself, Bestie? Then I had another no spend on the Friday, 3 of them this week, not too shabby. And then on the Saturday, the final bill came out and it was car £121.67 as I was expecting. And I also bought all of my vape stuff. So that's £30 on liquid and $9.99 on extra coils from Amazon. So that is that all done. So all in all, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 no spend days, which considering the first sort of week and a bit of the month I was on holiday. So I think that is a bit of a success. So what I want to do now quickly is move over to the check-in. We need to check in for week 4 and then we need to close out the budget. So let's start with the check-in. Okay, so I'm going to start by filling in everything that I know. So for spending, we stuffed £20 and we ended up spending £26.75. Now I know that's more than what I stuffed, but I had £12.22 at the start of the month or week, and we have £5.47, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll that over into next month. For groceries, we stuffed £59 and Jake spent £58.55. So he done really well with that. We have 52p to roll over into next month. There was no petrol money and I didn't buy any petrol, so it was all good. And then for self-care, I also didn't spend anything at all. So I do need a haircut. I keep on putting it off for some reason. So I'm gonna roll £60 over into next week. And for household, we didn't stuff anything either, but we did spend 2028, which means we're rolling over into next month 772, which is cool. We also had no unbudgeted spends, and that's like basically no unbudgeted all month if you ignore the holiday overspend, which was under budget as we said. So last week we stuffed £79. We spent 105.58, which is nice and healthy for me. And we're rolling into next month 73.71. Now £60 of that is self-care. I am going to be adding to self-care today, but you know, it is what it is. Sometimes I just need to treat myself, and you know what? With £120, I really can. So yeah, that doesn't really matter. Anyway, we're now going to move over to the budget and close it down, bestie. So let's get cracking. Okay, so here we are with the budget. I'm just going to fill in my bills. So car was indeed 121.67 and Sky was only 40, but vape was exactly as I expected. Now, a lot of the bills were a little bit up, a little bit over, so I was a bit unsure about where we were gonna be in terms of everything. But what it all ended up being was 1, 2, 3, 4, 46. So it's actually £6 less, and that is mostly due to the £7 missing from Sky. So it might be like £1 or £2 over. So yeah, when it's like a couple of pennies over what you're expecting, don't need to worry that much. But anyway, when we subtract that from the income that I had, what I was left with is £3,573.48. Then when we take the 510 from the envelopes, I was left with £3,063.48. And then we did 1,210 for sinking funds, which then left me with £1,853.48, and then we did 1806 to savings, which left me with a buffer of 47.48. So a bigger buffer than what I was expecting. So my buffer is nice and healthy now. So I'm really pleased with that budget. But we still need to look forward to the next budget and next week. So let's go ahead and let's cash stuff for next week. Okay, so here we are with all of my binders. I've got my normal sinking funds one, and this has been replenished in last week's cash stuffing from October. So we've got plenty of money in there. We've got my saving challenges binder, and we've got my everyday savings binder. So we're going to be stuffing groceries and savings right now, and there's a couple of little extra bits. So let's first start with going through these. So this one here says petrol, but this is actually household money. So I want to move over to household and put this £40 in so that we're ready to go with that. I know that Jake actually wants to make quite a big expenditure on a Hoover part that we need, and I think that's £40. I think we're going to have to move that back to the bank, but it is what it is. And then right at the back we have self-care. So this is my additional £60 for self-care. So I could get a haircut when I used to waste money, I used to get a haircut every 10 days. So I could even definitely do that this month, but I don't really want to. But anyway, we're gonna move to groceries at the start. So let's do that here. And let's start with this one. So we take £70 out, so that's 10 and 3 20s, which makes 70. And then off the top of my head, 70 times 3 is a really easy thing to work out in my head. And I've already done it. It's literally £210. So without, using a calculator, it's 210. So let's check we've got that. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1. 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 210. So 210 is what we've got. But before we go ahead and stuff that into groceries here, we're going to play the Fortune Saving Challenge that's available on my Etsy store. Now, when you buy this challenge, you get a lovely suit of cards, and they are the major arcana from tarot, but obviously they have been rainbowified, they've been budgeted with ified. So there's all sorts of colors, and what I'm doing is I'm drawing a card at random, and whatever that card says, I'll save. So if you look at the top, there is a Roman numeral. This one happens to be 20, and you can save up to 21. There is a full card in there somewhere here, and he is 0, so we could have a week off. And this money is just going towards something for me and Jake. Like me, it might be something to do with moving costs. Jake, it might be something to do with Australia. Who knows? But I've split the deck, and this is the card we're saving today. Today we are saving Oh, what is that? So that's 19. So that's a pretty high card, the Sun, 19, XIX 19. Yeah, cool, we'll save that today. Gonna put all of these back into the back of my challenge, and then I'm gonna take out £1 to put 20 in, and that makes it all level and even. So not too bad at all. So for this week we have got £51, not shabby. We've done it on less, so all good really. And we've got all of that household money as well if you really needed to dip into anything. Cool. So let's move over to spending. So here's spending, here's spending, here's spending. Lots has happened with this one, so you have to watch upcoming shorts to see that. But anyway, spending, we give ourselves £40. So I get two fives, sorry, a 10 and a 20. And then I should be left with 120, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, 120. Look at that, mental arithmetic. But before we go ahead and stuff this, we are going to move over to my 6K challenge, which is available on my Etsy store, but only as a digital download. This was a milestone challenge, so they are not available now. We only printed 100, so I think there are still some available of the 7K one, which is a cute little 7-sided dice challenge. But with this, we're rolling 6 dice, so let's go ahead and do that. Here's the 6 dice. The worst it could be is 36, and the best it could be is 6. So let's roll these now and see how we get on. Do you know what? Not a bad week. So we've got 3 1s, a 2, a 4, and a 5. I think that's probably my lowest week yet. So 5 plus 4 plus 2 plus 3. 14. I'm gonna have so much money. Okay, cool. I'm gonna put in, do you know what? I'm gonna do the correct amount this week. Actually, let me check that first, because you know what I'm like. 5 plus 4 plus 2 plus 3. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to do the correct amount from now onwards. So 15's going in and £1 is coming out. So for spending this week, I've got £26. Plus I've got 6 left over from last week. So, I mean, I can't really go wrong with that, can I? Bestie, thank you so much for being here with me this week. I hope to see you here again next week. Hi guys, girls, and my pals, thank you so much for getting through to the end of the video. You know I love it when you get through to the end of the video. Please give this video some love, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and if you are going to comment, please use this emoji. We talk about self-care a lot, but I wanted to make sure that I tell you that you deserve it. Your budget deserves it. No matter how much or how tight your budget is, even just giving yourself £10 a month, you are worth it. Always make sure that you're giving yourself some self-care money. And do you know what? If you don't spend it, don't beat yourself up about it, because you could just roll it over to next month. It doesn't mean that you've like treated yourself badly that month or whatever. So, you know, don't beat yourself up if you don't spend any self-care money, but always make sure that you give yourself something, even if it's just a £5. Like, you need to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. And if you don't take care of yourself, you will burn out, bestie. And I love you too much for you to do that to yourself. So please, bestie, take care of yourself. Thank you so much for getting to this point of the video, but an extra special thank you to the channel members and the patrons who support me that extra level. I truly mean it when I say without you, I would not be here. Patrons get exclusive content, sneak peeks, and significant discounts off my Etsy store. So if you'd like to join them and support me over on Patreon, please take a look at the link in the description. You will not regret it, bestie. That's all we have for this week's check-in. Join me next week for the week 1 of October. We're in spooky season already, bestie. Can you even believe it? So yeah, join me next week, and I can't wait to see you there. But until then, I would like you to have a wonderful day, have a wonderful week, and have a wonderful budget. Always remember, don't trust Ira. And bestie, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.